Hello and welcome back to Behind the Curve Gaming. In this video, we're going to take a really quick look at my PC setup. So let's get straight into it, shall we? So at the end of the last video, you may have heard me say that I have actually found a small space for my PC. So I lost the space for my PC, it was connected to the TV, the space got taken, I've had to unplug it. Okay, that's fine, I've moved past that, okay?
Shame.
There's nowhere for me to get a desk or anything, it doesn't fit out in the gaming shed. So I found a space here, which is a small little nook in the kitchen of all places. But hey, I've got some bar stools here that we sit on. It's really not that bad. It's an absolute mess at the moment because we've got printers and cry cuts in here. My wife's been messing around with stuff because the Wi-Fi doesn't always extend out to the shed, unfortunately. So that's all had to come in for when she wants to print stuff out and do her cool stuff. Fine, no worries. So yes, I've got a bit of tidying up to do, but today primarily, it's going to be a really quick video. Let's look at my current setup, what it looks like, and what I'd like to do with it. So, I'll turn you around. Okay, and here she is. Is she ideal? No. But that's life, isn't it? We get on with it. And it's not that bad. So I've got my bar stool here, and it's fine. It's comfortable for short periods of time. I'm not going to be sat here for like 10 hours. I've got too much going on for that, unfortunately. So we've got old Acer 27-inch 1080p monitor. I think it's an LED monitor. It's pretty bright, to be fair to it. It doesn't look that bad whatsoever. Now, I'd like to upgrade it because it just looks so old school. It's got a big old flat base. It's got big fat bezels all the way around. I'd like to upgrade that. I'm thinking a 27 will be fine because this currently doesn't really fit in here that well. But if I get another 27, which is more modern, that hasn't got these bezels around, it's going to be physically smaller anyway. And I don't think I want to go down to a 24-inch screen. I think 27, when you're just sat at a desk, is a real sweet spot. It's really good. You can get that little bit of extra productivity when you've just got some panes next to each other, that kind of stuff. So that's where I'm going with that one. We've got some budget USB speakers, which I think do have a mains plug for them and then just a mic input into the PC. They're okay, but again, they're just some basic Logitechs that I've got off Amazon at some point. And I think I could probably get maybe like a little single speaker bar or something. Ultimately, I have just got my headphones. I think these are just some HyperXs. I could just use those, but I do like the option of having some speakers. I'm not going to rely on monitor speakers if they have them. I've got a basic HP wireless kit, which is in white, which is a little bit with the theme that I do want to go to. A lot of the house is white. So if I can keep on this theme now, a lot of newer stuff does come in different colours. So I think I'd like to try that. This works okay. It's fine. It's obviously not gamer orientated, but sometimes if you want some proper gear that is gaming orientated, but it's actually good, you're going to be paying a lot of money. I've got my electricity meter there, so don't worry about that too much. I've got my Munbin thermal label printer for when I'm getting rid of odds and sods on Vinted and eBay and whatnot. I've been doing that on and off, getting stuff out of the house, whatever, for like a year now, and that is a godsend. For like £100, yes, it's a big outlay, but oh my god, that is so much easier than using a printer, than cutting it out and sticking it on, and you save us so much time and hassle. Everyone knows printers are evil and they just don't work ever correctly. This just works. It's awesome. Not Wi-Fi model, it is plugged in, so cables, annoying. And then what I use if I'm playing a game which isn't like a real-time strategy game or something, but you know, a first person or whatever, I'm controlling a car or a person, I'll plug this in and I'll use my series controller. Really awesome. And then behind that is, do I really want to show you? Obviously the PC case itself and an ungodly amount of wires back there. I've not got a lot of option to cable manage because the actual extension kind of like cube is down there with various things plugged in. Lots of cables that aren't particularly bendy in a very small space. I have nowhere to tidy them away. There's no cutout or anything for the cables to drop down into. I'm a bit stuck there right now. So that's how I've currently set this thing up. Is it wonderful? No. Is it nice and neat? No. Is it compact? Relatively, but I don't think it's quite compact enough. Now sometimes there's a printer sat here next to it, not a fan of that, it's not mine, but whatever. If I can get, ultimately the first things that I would be after is upgrading the PC itself, right? Actual performance rather than just the aesthetic of it. If I can get a better graphics card, possibly a AMD Radeon RX 7600, which is currently around 220 on CEX if they're in stock, which does seem to be a very competitive price. Maybe upgrade the CPU there to a 5000 series CPU. I'll put what I'm running here now, and I got these things, so a 2700X, a Gigabyte B450 Pro motherboard, and the Vega 64 graphics card for around 160, 170 total, maybe a year, 18 months ago now. It was a really good deal, all off of a guy who was upgrading, and he just sent me as is, and it all worked, and I've had zero issues. And yeah, that the CPU alone would have sent me back like 60, 70 quid, same with the motherboard. The graphics card wouldn't have been one that I'd chosen, but that was part of the deal, so that's how I ended up with the Vega 64, otherwise I wouldn't have gone for that initially. So yeah, graphics card first, CPU, I can go from that 2700X to maybe even something like a 5600X is going to be an upgrade over that, even though I do lose a couple of cores. But I'm thinking maybe something along the lines of 5700 or 5700X. As a very quick and easy upgrade, it's literally just CPU drops into the board, done, you're upgraded, and it should be working, no issues. Obviously, a really nice to have would be a nicer, more premium, or maybe even a 1440p monitor, which again, I'm going to go for, aim for a 27-inch monitor. I think that's a real sweet spot for when you're sitting at a PC, essentially, you're sitting in front of it. And again, I'll lose those bezels and get something more modern. I think we're winning there. So thanks for joining me for this quick video. Let me know your thoughts down below. Have you got anything that you can recommend me? Really budget orientated. Whilst I say that I'm not looking to do all of this right now, because I simply don't have the money or the budget for it, this is something that is probably going to be over the next 3-6 months, just my goal, just to upgrade a few parts. This is currently what I'm really interested in, playing games on the PC and therefore upgrading my PC to be able to play more modern titles and to be a little bit up with the times. At the moment, these parts are averaging around 2018, so we're coming up on about 7 years on most of these parts. And whilst they still work absolutely a-okay, they are falling behind in terms of performance and efficiency, and just when it comes to the monitor and that kind of stuff, and the case just looking cool and up to date, that is a part of it. So let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.